Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with the start of the all-new Gran Turismo 7 Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup. Yeah, I think 7 rounds over the next few months. I thought, you know what, we'll jump in to the first race here today. Super Formula cars around the iconic Spa-Francorchamps circuit. Been struggling, I won't lie, with how these cars handle in practice. They're ridiculously grippy in a way I would never expect, but then again, my sort of experience in high downforce cars is, of course, F1. But we'll wait and see as to how we get on today. 10-minute qualifying, 8-lap race. So I think what I'll do is join you all on our fastest qualifying lap. It's nice, fancy little graphics there from Gran Turismo 7 as always. Hopefully going to jump back into this game a little bit more. It's just taking a lot of time to get used to. Formula First Timer. Apparently we've already earned an award. But yeah, like I said, probably jump in, ready for our first qualifying lap, I reckon. Or our best qualifying lap, even, I should say. Right, this is going to be our final lap, then, of qualifying here as we try and head over the line. Got a guy right on the trumpet. He's thought about looking at it down towards turn 1, but yeah, it's either going to be now or never. We're still pole by 0.7 of a second at the moment, but the guy in P2 now is just in front of me. So fingers crossed the Italian can't find more time. Just, yeah, really trying to nail this first sector as we head up the Kemmel Straight. Don't know if we're getting a faint draft off him. I don't think we are. Normally we're topping out about 183, 184. Might just be getting the faintest draft as we still somehow find a little bit more there. But that was, of course, because of that best run. I did accidentally go through La Source in second gear there. Really nice, tidy run as we head down the hill, though, through the hairpin. Oh, no, it's not the Italian just in front of me. It's an Englishman now. So I'm not too sure what's happened there as we head through No Name, get all over the curbing on the exit. That might compromise our grip down in towards Pouon. No, apparently not that time round. I was prepared to lift out if I needed to, but I mean, it's all or nothing on these last qualifying laps as we head down through the Fagnes chicane there. Took way too much curb on the exit. Keep it hooked up pretty tidy. Fingers crossed this guy's going to get out of the way, or we'll get a really nice draft off him. Only a 10th down at the moment, so there's definitely still time to be had there, especially if we get a monstrous slipstream off our fellow Brit as we head up in towards the final chicane of the lap. Still, of course, got Blanchimont to navigate as well, as people are still improving all around us. Very nice and late in towards the final chicane. Just try to stick to this guy's gearbox as we head out the final corner there. Not the best run out the final turn, but we do still improve there by another 10th. Or less than a 10th of a second there. So a 51.7 puts us 8th clear of the Italian in P2 there. But a lot more cars still doing their running. There we go. So immediately the Spaniard now goes over to P2. So times were definitely still improving late on in the session there. 16 car split as well. But it is a standing start. So we'll have to wait and see as to how we get on. Right, ready down on the grid then? Here for 8 laps of Spa-Francorchamps in the Super Formula cars. Turn 1 could make or break our evening here. But there we are on pole position. I mean, most people are using a borrowed car for this one. We've got the Spaniard alongside us. And then we have got the Italian there. Only a very, very small interval between those two. 2/100ths of a second separated 3rd and 4th there. The Frenchman in 4th ahead of the Danish driver in 5th place there. Our second Spaniard on the grid in 6th. And then, nice McLaren livery for another Spaniard in P7 there. Clearly a Kimi fan. Fellow Brit in P8 ahead of another German in P9. Is that another German? That might be our first German there. Another Brit in P10 there. Love the John Player livery on that thing. Another Brit in P11. And then we've got another Frenchman in 12th there. Love the Panasonic livery as well there. Frenchman, another one on P13 now, ahead of another Spaniard in 14th. All these retro F1 liveries are super cool there. Nice Ferrari modern livery as well from the Czech driver. And then another Brit rounding out the field then. But we need traction control off the start of this race. And I got no idea what my overtake bind is. But it is lights out and away we go. Just wanted to use that little bit of traction control off the start there as we head down towards turn 1. Kind of send it through the first corner. keep it up close to that inside wall, and then just run away on the exit there. And immediately, that's what we've been able to do, just watching the radar at the top there. And we've instantly got a 1 second lead over the Italian, who was very, very aggressive down through turn 1 there. There's already still cars spinning, looking on the mini-map, so a bit of a dramatic start then to this race, and immediately you can just see the slipstream effect working for the Italian behind us there as he tries to close back up, almost half a second gained down that back straight there as well. Heavy fuel, everything like that. Got to be careful on this opening lap there as we just try and keep it clean and tidy through. But of course, yeah, I'll have all the slipstream down the straights, but then through this middle sector we'll really, really have to try and contend with a lot of dirty air. I don't want to take too many big risks on lap 1 either, you know, don't want to avoid getting on the grass, anything like that. There looks like the Italian has somehow looped it. Big blender throttle through Puon on lap 1. That's definitely going to be a corner I'm going to be doing that a lot in this race. It looks like everyone behind us having issues early on here, because we are just slowly opening up a bit of a gap there. Nearly 2 seconds now as we head down towards the bottom of the hill. Now just trying to hit our marks, and look at that, the gap just every corner going up at the moment. Is that our overtake button? No, it's not. It's our camera button. Is it that one? Oh, there we go. So it is LSB for me then. But yeah, already nearly a 3 second margin as we come towards the end of lap 1 there. But again, it's still, you know, 8 laps doesn't feel like very long, but on Gran Turismo, you know, especially with the way the tyres can evolve and things like that, a car could completely change its feeling in, I mean, literally a couple of corners, never mind a couple of laps there. As at the final corner we go. Looks like everyone behind us is having issues there. A 4 second lead at the end of lap 1. We are really trying to do my best Sebastian Vettel impression early on in this race there, but the dream start for me, you know, I'd love just to be able to sort of walk away with this one. You know, might not make the most interesting video in the world, but I will still absolutely take it at the end of the day there, as we're going to try and use a little bit of boost up the back straightaway. May as well just keep trying to open up this gap early on here, because we don't really gain anything on the top end there. The car pretty much is only geared to do about 185 miles an hour. Might get a little bit more in the slipstream, but as we head around the top of the lap once more, 5 seconds now the gap, so we really are doing our best Sebastian Vettel impression, but we just got to keep it clean, keep it tidy, keep it consistent as well. So just trying to hit our marks early on in this race, and to be honest, still trying to learn Gran Turismo 7 as well there. Do I want to take it full throttle this time round? Yes, I will. So, you know, just trying to build up that confidence slowly but surely. But now, of course, we've got fuel in effect, we've got tyre wear in effect as well. So I'd be quite amazed if that corner is flat towards the end of the race. I think tyre wear is only at 1 times, though, for this one, as the Spaniard that qualified well now already out of the event. So surely, yeah, he's not very happy with that one, as again, I decided to press the wrong buttons. Let's go like that. Of course, we've got a lot of overtake to use, actually, in just 8 laps. Of course, we can use a quarter of it every 2 laps. Simple mathematics there. So, yeah, we can afford to be sort of quite frivolous with it. But, of course, then just got to remember braking zones are ever so slightly extended in a couple of places there. As I mean, yeah, we may as well just boost out the corners, everything like that. 53.4 isn't a shabby lap to finish off lap 2 there, as we pull out another 3 seconds over the guy behind. But yeah, just actually really just going to try and make sure we use the boost on corner exits. Just carry us up to about 5th gear there, and then I mean after that it's, like I said, pretty irrelevant still in this race, but may as well use it, otherwise you lose it at the end of the day. There is, yeah, 8 second gap there. You can see how much we're gaining thanks to that boost there. I don't know if anyone else has kind of forgot about it or what, but yeah, I mean, we'll take the gap opening up still as we go purple through sector 1 once more. Let's try and, don't really want to chase lap times desperately, but you know, if we can, obviously I want to claim fastest lap in this as well, but still a long way to go. No idea why I used 3rd through there that time. I have to use a little bit of boost on the exit, and of course got to be careful down into Puon. You don't overdo it. And of course, as soon as I say that, we completely overdo it. Right, now I've just made this race very interesting for myself, as we are going to drop down to P2. You'll be disqualified due to total amount of penalties. No idea what that was about. As now you've got a little bit of front wing damage as well. That, of course, will sort itself out in just a moment. Cannot believe I literally just said about how we need to be careful. And then I've gone and immediately done that there, as we now got another guy right behind me. Oh! Damage sorts itself out. We get a big wobble on corner exit. And now we're down to P3 in this race then, so I'm really going to have to get me head down. We've went and lost about 12 seconds on this lap, so need to find it all back again. I refuse to believe I've thrown this away. A little bit of understeer out the final corner. Got to make sure, even if I'm using the boost, that we actually make sure we put the power down. Sorry, change the gears as well. But heading on to lap 4. Let's see if we can try and get a good run on this Frenchman as we head out of the first corner. Going to try and just use a little bit of boost. And now you can just see immediately the Delta starting to go the right way again. So I'm going to be able to get a bit of a run up the Kemmel Straight once more. So he's not very confident with his lines through there. And the gap is coming down. No, it's not. He's trying to boost at the top end there. It's kind of pointless, but it does hold him ahead for now. Just horrible understeer at the top of the hill. But now, yeah, we've got to try and navigate past this guy again sooner rather than later in this race. You know, a lot of it might be about just trying to force errors, though. Or hoping to pick up the pieces. As Pouon, I'm no longer going to take flat out. I think we've learnt our lesson the hard way there. That gap coming down slightly to the leader. So yeah, just blending it on the way through there, but still having to avoid the curves like the plague. Through net, you can see that time around. Leader makes a bit of a mistake. Gap comes down another second. Oh, where am I going? Blipped on the throttle way too early there. I'm so used to F1, where of course you can attack that curbing on the exit. But of course on Gran Turismo you absolutely cannot. But yeah, now top 3 only separated by 2.5 seconds from the Frenchman. To be honest, looks in the hot seat at the moment. He's looking fast, just not making errors either. Look at these two at the front of the field, side by side down the hill. He's going to go out on top in this situation. Oh, they're super close as they head in and almost contact me, but the Frenchman does pull off the move, and now up into the lead he goes. Looks like the Danish driver's lost a lot of speed as well as we head back up the Kemmel Straight, but I'll be honest, yeah, that Frenchman, with less than 4 laps to go, actually looking like could be quite a fierce competitor in this one. Maybe just didn't have the qualifying he wanted. But yeah, we're definitely going to have to try and move past the Dane sooner rather than later here. But again, we just need to try and force errors. Spa has never felt like a small circuit until you try and race it in a Super Formula car on iRacing. Just very little room to manoeuvre in quite a lot of places there. As the Dane just makes a mistake. We're going to have a look to the inside. Apparently he's just going to try and turn in on me. The Frenchman's gone. He's all kicking off at the moment. I mean, it was an aggressive move from me, trying to have a look up the inside there, but had the Dane not turned in, I might have backed out of it. So now we're back into the lead then of this race. And now we've got to try and do all the hard work again we did early on in the race, and just try and open up the gap. It's been such a weird race so far. You go from taking the lead to spinning by yourself to regaining the lead and immediately having a 2-second margin again. Very, very weird, but now, yeah, 3 laps to go. Just keep it clean, Matt. That's all we really need. trying to control everything still at the moment. I mean, to be honest, I'm tempted just to save a lot of the boost to right towards the end of the race in case we need it again. At the moment, with another 2-second lead, I know how quickly that can evaporate. I know how important boost can be when you need to use it there. Always surprises me that inside curve you can actually attack. There's so many of them around Spa you just can't even look at on Gran Turismo. But yeah, that one, which, I mean, a lot of them look nice and then are evil. That one looks evil and is actually absolutely fine a lot of the time. I'm sure I'll say that now and immediately spin myself on it next time round. But yeah, it's still such a learning curve, this game. You know, it's why I desperately need to get back on it. There was all back end tried it through pull on ever so slightly. But yeah, that's why I need to sort of put the hours into Gran Turismo 7. Actually try and get good at the game, which would be a nice help. I kind of got pretty decent at Gran Turismo Sport, to be honest. Sort of played it quite frequently for a good about 9 months. I actually got pretty competent. But it's amazing just how quickly, you know, sort of coming away from a game like this, where the handling model is so unique, so weird, how very quickly you can sort of lose all the muscle memory, everything like that, all the little nuances about how to drive the car and what to expect. And to be honest, it is just the feel. Gran Turismo, I've never known quite a game like it where sort of smoothness and feel play such a big role. You know, you can have aggressive steering inputs, a bit like iRacing in that regard, but of course two very, very different games still. As back into the 53s, so we are getting back to where we should be in this race. And obviously if we're setting 53s, don't really think many other people on the racetrack are going to be able to go any quicker than that, to be honest. Unless, of course, the Dane finds something, unless, of course, the Frenchman can make a move work. To be honest, the Frenchman's still the one I'm really worried about late on in this, but all of us making mistakes, though, has certainly added a bit of spice to this event, but we should still have the pace. So we go purple through Sector 1. Let's just see what we can do now. A lot of understeer there, it's just tyres fight for grip. Head back down the hill. Are we going to risk taking pull on flat again? That's the next question on everybody's mind. I do love the fact you can get away with using a bit of curve through there now. It doesn't automatically just throw you around. We're going to blend the throttle through pull on. I'm not brave anymore. Let's look at that. Frenchman has again made the move. Still trying to decide whether fourth or third's better through here. I reckon fourth's the way to go, to be honest. So weird, short shifting doesn't tend to work in a lot of places around this track in this car, but there's a couple of corners where it definitely does. As there we go, purple through the middle sector. We'll use a load of boost as we head up in towards the final corner then of the lap. May as well try and see if we can get down into the 52s. If we can, then, like I said, that will pretty much guarantee us fastest lap in this event. There is tyre drop-off, hasn't been as bad as I thought it would be. Looking on the radar, it reckons it's the rears that have taken the beating. I'm not going to argue against that, but they feel fine. We try and use boost at the final corner. Is this going to be a 52? Yes, it is. 52.8. So just improving the time late on in the afternoon, and into the final lap we go then here from Spa. Been a weird little race, but not a bad way to start the Toyota Cup. But to be honest, I didn't actually have a look as to how many. I mean, it's not going to be many points, so I'm certainly not racing a particularly competitive split. But, you know, nice to get a few points on the board in the championship, and like I said, just really using it as a good tool to try and get back into Gran Turismo 7 as well. I need to start doing some of the daily races and everything like that, so maybe, you know, get yourself subscribed, stick around, we might do some more content from this game over the coming weeks and months. It's through the top of the hill for the final time. They're completely flat that time round, so maybe we've got to keep pushing, see if we can try and take another fastest lap late on in the day. Quick but careful. Through on once again there. It is super, sorry, down through No Name. It is super satisfying when you do get it booked up. So I'm just going to tap the brake on the way in. The car did not like that still. Oh no, we almost threw it away on the final lap of the race there, and that, I think that, yeah, definitely says to me, keep it calm, keep it clean around the final few corners here of Spa. But honestly, yeah, didn't really know what to expect coming into this. Like I said, this Super Formula car, very, very weird to drive in my eyes anyway. Of course, never driven one of these in real life, and like I said, I was kind of basing it I always expect these things to pretty much handle like a Formula 2 car, but I think, yeah, Gran Turismo 7, interesting interpretation of physics. And, of course, it's Japanese, so they tend to like to give the Japanese cars a lot more performance. But, yeah, I mean, 10 seconds a lap slower than a Formula 1 car around here. Not 100% sure I believe that. But out of the final corner, it is going to be the dub in the first Toyota Gazoo Racing GT Cup event there. 15 minutes 31 seconds is not a particularly good race time, to be honest. No, had we got that nailed, we should have been probably close to sub 15 minutes. Had we done everything right there. But it is the Frenchman that comes through P2 ahead of the Dane in P3. They're just under 6 seconds separating our top 4. The Czech driver, who started pretty much at the back of the field, if I remember correctly, all the way up to 4th in the end there, so a good job done by him. And then the German, followed by another Brit. And then the Italian there, who got up to P2 on that one, and then really just fell away from there. Another Brit in P8 there, and looks like it's going to be the 2 Spaniards rounding out the top 10. If the McLaren car makes it across the line there. A bit disappointed to see 4 of the custom livery cars there down in 10th through 13th. There, so we have the McLaren in 10th, the Toyota in 11th, the Team Lotus car in 12th, and then the Renault 2006 replica in P13 there. 2 DNFs, again the Spaniard that joined me on the front row, and then I think the Brit that started last, both not making it through to the end of the race there. And it is going to be, I think, yeah, the Netherlands driver, looking at that, who is going to round out the field there. But thank you all so much for watching this video nonetheless. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like and get yourself subscribed. And yeah, we will have to definitely return then with a lot more Gran Turismo 7. Fingers crossed, I slowly get in the groove with this game, but it'll take time.